Okay, so hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to Minggu Sains Negara. So today's sessions we will be talking about Realiti Berperantara AR, which is the space edition. So we will be back shortly while waiting for others to get ready. Thank you. Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome back. Okay, so welcome back to Minggu Sains Negara. So my name is Edward and I'm from Tech Dom Penang. Okay, so today's sessions we are going to learn about AR, augmented reality. So which is Realiti Berperantara, AR, edisi Angkasa. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so this is our topics of today, augmented reality, which is into the physical world. So for today lessons overview, we are going to learn about augmented reality. Okay, so augmented reality is the integrations of digital information with the user's environments in real time. So unlike virtual reality, which creates a totally artificial environment. So augmented reality, which is AR, use the existing environment and overlay new information on top of it. So our objective for today is to understand what is AR, augmented reality. We'll do a comparison of AR with virtual reality VR, and then we will discover the applications of AR in our daily life. And lastly, we will understand the applications of software by creating your own AR. Okay, so this will be the topics of discussions for today's sessions. Okay, firstly, introductions to AR, followed by AR versus VR, and then thirdly is applications of AR, and lastly, build your own AR. Okay, so what is AR? Okay, what is augmented reality ataupun reality berperantaraan? Alright, so AR is a technology that connect the real world by adding multiple layers of digital element onto it. Okay, those digital element included computer generated graphics, sound, video effects, or even sensory project. So when the digital elements has been added onto live camera feeds, the digital elements will look like it is part of the actual environment. Okay, so this is how the AR flow works. Okay, so firstly, the digital elements will be added into the database of computer vision. So what is computer vision? So computer visions is a field of AI that train computers to interpret and understand the visual world, and it can accurately identify and classify object and then react accordingly. So thirdly, the uploaded elements will be blended into the software, and where user will have to insert input or output in order to trigger the functions. And lastly, when the software done merge with all this information that's user input, you can now experience a preview of AR with a designated devices such as your smartphones, okay, your tablets, or even your computers. Okay. So why do we learn AR, or what is the advantage of augmented reality? So first of all, it's easy of use. Secondly, it is a improved technology. So thirdly, we can use AR in learning and practice. And of course, social interactions, and lastly, enhanced experience. Okay. So this is the comparisons of AR with VR. Okay, let's talk about AR first. So AR is open and partly immersive. Okay, AR puts virtual things into user real worlds by augmenting them. Okay, so to be easy of explanations, let's try to express it in a numbers way. Okay, so in a numbers way, AR consists of 25% of virtual elements and 75% of the elements is real. Okay, so this is AR. 25% of virtual and 75% of real. Okay, so with AR, user can continue to be in touch with the real world while interacting with the virtual object around them. Okay, so there are several products already on the markets, which is Magic Leaps or even HoloLens. Okay, so next is about VR. So we have a clip comparison next to it. So VR is close and fully immersive, where VR will put the user inside the virtual world by immersing them. Same way, we have a comparison, or we have a better understanding with number. So in order to make it more easy, okay, for VR it consists of 75% of virtual elements and only 25% is real. Okay, so this is another way around compared with augmented reality. So with VR, the user is isolated from the real world while immersed into the world that is completely fabricated. Okay, so VR is the technologies that is just stepping up to the plates. So there are a few products already on the markets, which is Magic Leaps or even Oculus Rift. Okay, next. So AR versus VR. So what does augmented means? Okay, so augmented means improved, enhanced, or expanded. While for virtual, it means not physically existing but made by software to appear so. Okay, so let's talk about AR. AR is the blending of virtual reality and real life as developers create images within applications that blend in with the content in the real world. Okay, so in the real world applications of AR, it consists of educations, trainings, retails, and consumer engagement. Okay, while for virtual reality is all about the creations of a virtual world that user can interact with. Okay, so the real world applications consist of medicals, militaries, and educations. Okay, so this is the explanations of AR and VR. Okay, although they look like it is the same, but they are not the same, where they have some interconnects or they have some informations linked with each other. Okay, some connections linked with each other. So in the middle is XR. We start with XR, which is extended reality, followed by the left hand side, virtual reality, VR, and then AR, augmented reality, and the bottom is mixed reality, MR. Okay, although they are all different, but they are interconnect. All right. So next, so these photos will explain better. So, firstly, we talk about real life, which is the physical environment around us. It is on the most left hand side. So, on the nearest, we have AR, augmented reality, followed by MR, and VR will be the furthest away compared to real life. So the sequence in this way is because AR is the real world environments with superimposed digital object. So that is why AR is the most nearest to real life, as it only consists of 25% of virtual element and 75% of real element. So we followed by mixed reality, which is real world environments with superimposed interactive digital objects. And lastly, we have virtual reality, which is a completely digital environment. Okay, so in here, we have the applications of AR, augmented reality. So where does this augmented reality apply in? Educations, trainings, and retail. So in educations, they are involved in secondary and tertiary studies. And then in training, we have in medical trainings, industry trainings, and in retails, we have like virtual fitting rooms and visualizing furnitures. So all this is just a very simple example, which is nearest to our real life. As current technologies, there are more industries is using AR as well. Not only in these three, but the reason why this tree is listing since here is because it is more related to us. Okay, so let's talk about the applications of AR in education. Okay, so education technologies industry has been commonly bringing into the education system, where AR is one of the application which is leading the most significant trend. So how did AR brings benefits in education system? Okay, so let's have a look. So the benefits of augmented reality in education. Firstly, we have accessible learning material. So instead of bringing physical textbooks into the class, student can now easily access to the class with a smart device with them, which is light and mobilized. Okay, accessible learning materials mean bahan-bahan bacaan yang senang dibawakan. So compared to textbooks, okay, so students can easily bring in the mobilized smart device with them, which is laptops, tablets ataupun smartphone. Okay, so with this smart device, they can access through online. Okay, so they doesn't have to bring a physical textbook. And next is about higher engagements and interest. Okay, AR is interactive and it will keep students engaged throughout the lessons and will make learning fun and effortless. Okay, next. So the applications of AR in training. So in St. Mary hospitals in London, surgeons and doctors have already begun using Microsoft HoloLens AR glasses during the reconstructive surgeries on patients who have suffered from severe injuries. So how does these applications of AR can save life? Let's have a look. Okay. So AR make it possible for doctor to better determine their patient's symptoms and accurately diagnose them. So when patients reach out to the doctors for basic shots, nurse can easily use AR to look for the vein. So AR allowed surgeons to precisely study their patient's anatomy by visualizing their bones, their muscles, and internal organs without having a cut. So this could help them to retrieve life-saving information and perform a high efficiency and low risk surgeries. And lastly, the applications of AR in retail. With the evolutions of augmented and virtual reality, and of course the 5G mobile networks, which is the current hot topics. Okay, the user experience is evolving and the expectation is getting higher and higher. So even a lot of filters and digital effects has been introduced in smartphone software. So these new trending technologies has been slowly penetrates into our daily life and influence our opinions. So retailers are aware on this impact and slowly adopting AR into their business and make marketing more effective compared by using the traditional billboards or sharing photos and videos. So which companies or which retail shops is actually using it? Firstly is the most common one, which is the IKEA. So I believe everyone heard about IKEA. So nowadays, online shopping has become a trend, no matter it is a huge item or small item. So IKEA has launched a new AR apps for user to test IKEA products in real time through iOS AR kit technologies. Okay, and followed by Nike. So Nike has been experimentally heavily with AR for the past few years until today. The Nike Fits, a new feature has been added into their applications with the combinations of computer visions, scientific data, AI, and algorithm. Okay, so that is considered the end for introductions to our augmented reality. So for the next following parts, we are going to create our own AR software, which is with the titles of Space Editions. Okay, so for the next slides, this will be the steps that we will have to prepare. Okay, so first, before we start the workshops, we will have to register an account in this software called Blip AR software. So let me share my screens and let's do it together. Okay, so the software names is called Blip AR. So if you are unable or you are doesn't know where to look for it, you can straight away go to Google's and then you just type in Blip AR software. So written right, Blippers is provided augmented reality solutions and provide you with easy use tool to build it yourself. Okay, so once I Google search it, this will be the software will be the first one who is popping up. Okay, so what is our next steps? We just have to click in Blip AR. Okay, so once you are in the interface, will asking you like want to augment reality or so they are providing you the tools and the studios for you to make your AR dreams into reality. Okay, so what we need to do is just straight away proceed to sign up. So we just click sign up. Okay, and they will come out a registration page. Okay, or we call it as sign up page. So in here, they will tell you Blip Builders is free to create and publish. So this software user doesn't have to pay anything. Okay, let me repeat it again. User does not need to pay for anything. It is free software where you can just easily sign up or link with your Google account and then you can enjoy the softwares. So for my case here, I would like to link it with Google. So I will sign up with Google's. So if user doesn't have a Google account, you can either create an account in this Blip AR software. Okay, so what I need to do next is just click sign up with Google. So there is another option where you can actually sign up with Microsoft. Okay, so for my case here, I will proceed with Google's. Okay, so this will be the interface after we have signing up. All right. So as what you can see at the bottom, okay, they have just come out a new notice. So they have made Blip Builders entirely free. So you are feel free to create, free to publish, and free to share with your friends. All right. So there are three platforms for us to choose. The first one will be Web AR SDK, where we need to create Web AR project within your infrastructure, followed by Blip Builder, create a Web AR that works in a web browser, and thirdly, App AR, create an AR project for the Blip AR apps or your SDK apps. Okay, so for our cases here, we are going to use Blip Builders, which is create an AR project that work in the web browser. So why are we choosing this? Is because I believe a lot of us are calling in or viewing through laptops. Okay, so it will be more convenient if we are building the AR software with the web browser, or can be call it as a Google Chrome browser. Okay, it will be more easy and convenient. So this will be the choice. We are going to create the Blip Builders, create a web AR project. So what we need to do is just click in. So after we choose the platform how we want to build the AR project, okay, so the software will ask us how we want to experience it. Okay, so the first choices provided is around the user. Create a AR environments and space that appear around the user. Okay, on the second one, on a printed markers, means using an AR on brochures, packaging or product labels, poster, magazine, or even manual, etc. And lastly, on any flat surface, placing object onto a surface, like example, seeing a vehicles on the roads or an items or furnitures in the rooms. Okay, so there are three ways for us to experience. So we are going to pick the first one, which is around the user. So what we want is the AR to be appeared around the user. So we select the first one. Okay. So after we have selected the first one, what we need to do next is give your projects a name. Okay, give your projects a name. So what is the name we want to name it? Okay, we can do it space AR. Okay, we name our project space AR. Okay, so let's wait for the software to be loaded in. All right. So this is the interface where we are going to do our AR projects. Okay. So in the middle, we have our project's name. Okay. On our right hand side, we have a preview project, or we can publish our projects. So on our left hand side, we have our libraries, our widgets, our 3D libraries, and we have our lights or animations layer. Okay. So on our right hand side, we have the quick action, we have a project setting, and then we have scene and custom analytics. Okay. So how do we know what does it called? So on our left is actually our element. Our libraries on our left is all the element where we're gonna load into our scene. So in the middle, you can see there is a name called scene 1, and it appears as a spears. Okay, so on our left is our element, in the middle is the scene, and on our right hand side is the setting for our element. Okay, setting for our element. So firstly, what is the things we need to do. Okay, let me ask a quick question. Why the middles, our scenes is appeared as spheres? Okay, why the scenes is appeared as spheres, not triangle, not square, or not rectangle? Okay, this is because just now, when we are selecting how we want to experience the AR, it appeared as we choose the choices of around the user. Okay, so means that whatever we place into this spheres, it will be appeared surrounding you. Okay, means we covered 360 degree. So that is why our scene is appeared as a spheres. Okay, so we can see from top to bottom, from left to right, from front to back, which covered 360 degree. Okay, so let me repeat it again. On our left hand side, we have our element, our libraries, our widgets, our animations layer, our lights. In the middle, we have our scene, and on our right hand side, we have project settings or set element setting. Okay, so there is a few small tools where we can use it. In the middle, we have a square shape with 4 arrow keys. This is for us to rotate our spheres. So followed by the rotations of our element, and then the move actions for our element. Okay, so let's proceed. So firstly, we are going to add some element into our spheres, or we call it as our scene. So what element we gotta add it in? We back to our topic here, which is space related. Okay, Angkasa one, Angkasa. So what we need to do, firstly, we go to our library. There is a add icon. We can add assets by browsing local file system. Okay, so what I need to do is just click on the add icon. So I click it for one time. It will appear in this way. Okay, they have a browse. There is a sketch track. So what I need to browse, firstly, let's try with space topics. So what we have in our space, we have a planet, we have a, what do you call that, astronaut, we have a satellite station. Okay, so let's take the astronauts first. Okay, so what we need to do is to look for astronauts. Okay, and then choose the astronauts models that you like. So for my cases here, I would like to choose the astronaut with a floating action. Okay, so I just click on it. Okay, I just click on it, and then I click import. So when I'm clicking imports, let me show my screen here. When I'm clicking imports, okay, the sketch will ask me to authorize their request. Means I have to log in with my Google in order to download it. So what I need to do is just accept it. Okay. So once I accept it, okay, it will load the sketch file for me. So this is just another additional step where I have to log in with my Google account. I have to link my Google account with the Sketchfab, and then I can entitled to download whatever from the Sketchfab. So currently it's loading. Okay, let's wait for a while. Okay, let's wait for a moment. Okay, so now I'm back to my designing stage, okay, my interface. So as what you can see, there is an astronaut appeared in my library. Okay, so this astronaut is the astronaut that I have just clicked import just now. Okay, so what I need to do, I'm gonna place the astronaut into my spheres. Okay, so I need to click on the astronaut and then drag it all the way and put it in the spheres. Okay, so there is a small notifications inform me slow loads. Okay, what does this slow load mean? Means it takes time for the astronaut to be appeared. So it is not your PC or laptop problem, just that the file is a little bit large. It needs some time to load in. All right. So as what you can see here, the astronaut has been loaded in. Okay. So next, I want to shift my astronaut to be centralized a bit. I can click on the move icon here and then click on the arrow key. Okay. So how do I know whether my astronauts is in the spheres? I can click on the small square icon and rotate around. Okay. By looking at this, I know my astronaut is in the middle or is inside the spheres. Next. So how if I want to change the positions of my astronauts? Okay. How if I want to change the positions? I want it flow from top to bottom. So I click on this curve arrow and then I can rotate. Okay, I can rotate like this. Okay, so in this way, if you're looking clearly, it looks like the astronauts is floating towards the bottom or floating towards down directions. Okay, so yep, this is the first element that I wanted to place. So next, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna add in a satellite stations. So I back to my element, I click on the add button and then I search. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna search is satellite. Okay, I search for satellite. So anything you like, you want a satellite research stations, you want a satellite with a different design, is up to your choices. So for my cases, I want this to be appeared. Okay, I like this design, so I choose this. Okay, the name is called satellite, and then the author is Lexi4. So I just click import. Same way, I have to wait for the file to be loaded in. Okay, so look carefully on my element here. The satellite has been imported into my libraries. Okay, the satellite has been imported to my libraries. So next, we just repeat the step. I'm gonna take the satellite and then put it in my spheres. Okay, put it into the spheres. So same case is a slow load condition. It takes time for the satellite to load. So let's have a look. So my satellite has been loaded in, but it seems so small. So let me rotate and double check it. It is actually out of the spheres. So I need to shift it and make sure it is inside the spheres. Okay, so make sure, just a friendly reminder, make sure when you are doing this, the shapes or the elements that you are loaded in, make sure it is in the spheres, or else it won't be able to appear surrounding you. Okay, so let's back to here. So currently my satellite station seems very small. Okay, seems very small. But in fact, the satellite station should be a huge stations where astronauts is the way around should be the smaller. So right now what I can do, I can enlarge the scales of my satellite station. So how do I enlarge it? I click on the element, click on my satellite station. So there is a scale here on my right hand side. The setting for the element, okay, there is a scale function. So currently the number is 50. So in order to make it to the doubles of the size, I change to hundreds. Okay, means it's double of the original size. So for me, I still feel that it is too small. Let's try to make it into 200. All right. So it seems logics right now. Okay. So next, the layout of the shapes of the satellite station seems like a little bit, I have to make it face up. So I just rotate it like this way. Yep. Okay. So I think 200 is still small. Let me make to 250 perhaps. Okay. So what does it mean right here? Okay. So currently it seems like the astronauts is trying to reaching out to the satellite. Okay. So if it is too far, let me try to shift it up a little bit by changing the position. Changing the positions. All right. So what else element we can put it in into our space here? Okay, what else element we can put it in into our space? Okay. So what we can try to put in, let's have a look. What else is appeared in this space? Maybe spaceships, space station. Do we have a space stations here? Let's have a look. Or looking for spaceships. Okay. Maybe we try to load spaceships into there. Okay. Okay. Something simple. Okay. Let's take this. Okay. So we just click import. Okay. Same way, the spaceships is loading to my assets. Okay. So let me put the spaceships into the spheres, into the scene. And let me double check it whether it is inside the spheres or not. So in these cases, my spaceship is half of the body is out of the sphere. So I have to shift it in a little bit. Okay. So same way I wanted to rotate it, I can just choose this and then rotate my spaceships. Okay. So the scales of the spaceship seems a little bit small. Let me make it bigger, 100%. All right. So this is how my space looks like. Okay. All right. So what else can I do? All these elements actually come with a beautiful colors. But in case if you wish to change the color, you can change it in the element setting. Okay. So let's add, let me add, allow me to add in last icon, maybe Earth. Or let's have a look on planets. Okay, planets. What can we put? A planet Earth. Okay, so I import a planet Earth into it. Okay, so I put in the planets at the bottom. Okay, so I check whether the planets is inside the spheres. If not, then let me shift it up. Okay, in fact, the planet should be way bigger. So I just increase the size of the planets. Okay, increase the size of the planets to doubles of the size. Right. So now I want my planet to be rotate. Okay, I want my planet able to rotate. So I just click on the animation effect and then double click on rotate. Okay, so how do I know whether my planets can rotate? After I have added the effects into it, I can just click on the play button here. You can see my planets is actually rotating. All right. So, yep. So now this is our space. Okay. So assuming that we are ready, okay, we are ready with our design. Okay. So now here comes the interesting parts or the cool parts. Okay. So just now we have choose the element to be appeared surrounding us. All right. So next, what I need to do, I want this astronauts, the satellite stations, the planets, and the spaceships to be appeared surrounding me. So what should I do? What I need to do is just click on Publish Projects. Okay. So once I click Publish Project, okay. Once I click Publish Project, you can see there is a QR code generated. Okay. So we are waiting for approval. Okay. So publishing is the blip. We are waiting for approval. Okay, waiting for approval. Let's continue back to editing first. Okay, let me have a look why I'm able to publish. Let me check it out. So sometimes when we are doing it, it's because our elements involved in downloaded from the other countries. So that's why they are looking for approval. Okay, so yes, this is the outcome. Okay, so currently our project is now on live. Okay, so we have a QR code generated and there is a link generated as well. Okay, so this is the cool part. Okay, so if you are using your laptops, you can copy the link and then paste it in your new tab. Copy the link, paste it in your new tab, and you can see all these elements appear surrounding you. Okay, so if you have your smartphone with you, please scan the QR code. Then you can see that all the space objects, all the space elements will be appeared surrounding you. Okay, which is the astronauts, the spaceships, okay, the planets, and of course the satellite stations. Okay, so this will be the output for our today's sessions. Okay, so by doing this, then you will be understand what is augmented reality. Okay, reality berperantaraan, and how do we bring the digital element into our physical environment. Okay, so try to scan the QR codes. Okay, try to scan the QR codes with your smartphone, and you can try to enjoy it. Okay, so this will be the last of our today workshop sessions. Okay, so our end goals is to generate these QR codes and this URL or the link. Okay, so by doing this, creating your own AR, you will be able to experience what is AR. You will be able to share with your friends, share with your family members, showing them this is how AR looks like. So if currently you are in your bedroom, you can try to scan around and then you can rotate your phone around. Then you can show that the space elements is appeared surrounding in your room. Some of them is floating in front of your fan. Some of them is floating around under your LED. Some of them is next to your cabinet. Some of them is floating on your bed. Okay, so this is the unique of AR. we are bringing the digital element into our real physical environment. Okay, so yep, this will be the last parts for our today's sessions. All right, so once you are done, you can see our project is on live. So if you want to continue edit it, you can unpublish it. Okay, unpublish, and then you can continue open in Blip Builder, and then continue to enhance your projects. Okay, you can continue to enhance your projects until you are satisfied. Then you can continue to publish and share the QR code with your friend. Okay. All right. So this will be the end for our Blip Builder sessions for today. This will be the end for our Blip Builder sessions for today. So I have a few slides left. Let me cover it. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So right here. Okay. Remember, the Blip AR software is currently free for everyone. Okay. So please do not go and subscribe anything. You are entitled to use it for free. Okay. So once the code is generated, once the URLs is generated, you can share with your friend and show them this is how AR looks like. Okay. Even you can even teach them how to do it and let them experience the AR. Okay. So yep. Congratulations if you have successfully created your AR scenes. So hope you enjoy the workshops. Hope you learn some things new and bring fun to all of you. All right. So yep. Once again, thank you everyone for spending your weekend with me. Okay. I hope you all learned some things. So I'm Edward. I'm from TechDome, and thanks for showing up in Minggu Sains Negara 2022. Right. Thank you.